We're gonna skip the music in the intro today, but welcome to the Paugh-Cast Part 2. This episode is about legacy. I record this in Colorado, my home, and it's hard to find a place to begin. Legacy is often looked as what we leave behind, and it's very important to look at, but at the same time, legacy can be what we build for the future, and I feel like that's the best way to look at things. What you want your legacy to be rather than what it is. We all know that tomorrow could be whatever we create it to be, but it's also not promised. So it really comes down to living every moment to its fullest, which growing up I was taught a lot, and it's hard to do. Like me and my dad were talking earlier about how you don't ever realize it's the good old days until you're looking back at the good old days. It's hard to realize that you're there. So, we naturally take a lot of things for granted. But if we stopped for a second to just think and to just look at our surroundings and look at the people that are around us, I feel like it'd be different, But that's not who we are, because living in the moment's hard. But, I'm getting ready to go back to North Carolina, and there's this wall in my basement that is basically a step-by-step guide on how far I've come. It starts when I first started playing football and ends with a painting that I made 3 or 4 days ago. And it's crazy to see the progress that you've made in such a short time. Like, I'm 20 years old and have 10 plus years of moments and memories and achievements. And, I've made all of this music, I've put out all of these videos, and as much as, they might not be the best, and they might not get the greatest amount of publicity, but I've left a lot behind. I, one way or the other, have left my mark on the world, and for the longest time, that's all that I wanted. But I'm also at a point in my life where I'm looking to build my future, and music and film are something that I really want to do. That's why I started doing all of this. So it's more about, getting better at my music, making sure that the beats are as good as possible, and I'll fuck around and make a couple ones that are kind of dumb and silly, and that's like the point of it, but I really want to make something out of this. I want my legacy to be a producer and a film writer and a director. So moving forward, life becomes getting the traits and the practice and the experience into becoming those things. Learning everything that goes into being those things. Learning how to write a script. Learning how to transcribe music. Because, this is another conversation I had. With art being subjective, so too is our legacy. It's how you look at it. It's how you perceive it. Success is what you make out of it. And I feel like that's something that we overlook way too often. I am one of the biggest people in this where I care a lot about how other people look at everything. I care too much about what other people think of my music. I care too much about what other people think of my videos. So it's very, very important to take a step back and think about how you look at everything. Because at the end of the day, your legacy is not for everybody else. What you have done is not for anybody else. It is for you. It is for you to look back on and cherish. It is for you to look forward to and devote your life to. While life may not be a single player game, very cooperative, you can't do it on your own. What you do, ultimately, is for you. We build each other up so we can all be our best selves. So it's important to have people around you that all have the same ideals as you. Or not the same ideals, but the same goals. Like you all want the same things. So that you guys can help each other towards that goal. Reject Studios would be nothing if it was just me. It really wouldn't. If I didn't have people around me helping me, trying to be a music producer, trying to be a film producer. You know, if it wasn't for my cousin Vin helping me try and decide that we were going to drop a clothing line. But at the end of the day, it's, hey, I want to do this, will you help me? This is my legacy, and I want you to be a part of it. Now, this doesn't mean go out and take all the credit for everything. Make sure that those around you know that you appreciate the help that they've done and that you credit them. Just don't be afraid to chase your dreams. And don't ever stop chasing your dreams. Because at the end of the day, that's all a legacy really is. It's what you did to achieve what you wanted to. It's those dreams coming true. And you know, those dreams change every day. So any step that you take towards completing any of them is a big deal. But again, remember, it's for you. It's what you do with it that is really what matters. Because it doesn't matter who you are, you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. Some of the greatest people in the world, the most successful people in the world, were told the entire time that they wouldn't make it, they wouldn't amount to anything, that they weren't ever going to accomplish the things that they did. I mean, it could be out of spite that they accomplished all of those things, or it could be that they didn't listen to it. I'm kind of done ranting about this, so I guess this one will be a little bit shorter. But yeah, take the time to look back, take the time to look forward, but always live in the now. That's what I got. Thank you for listening to the Paugh-Cast. I'm Father Paugh. I'm your host. I'll be here forever. Love you guys. Bye.